Yeah, okay. Um, it says the Hangout's on the air. Karen, Chris, Kathy, um, Debbie, we are trying to bring people into the Hangout, and once again, we are struggling with it. People are not coming across. I don't know why. Um, so, well, I'm trying here, Bob. What did you do? You just had people come in. You just came in through Google Hangout itself.
Yeah, because the link wouldn't open up for me. The link for the webinar is an error. Just I clicked the link and that wouldn't even open.
Well, all these people just suddenly disappeared, so maybe they're coming across. There comes Chris. Okay.
Okay, there's Rick and there's Chris.
There's Rick.
Fighting over their son, girlfriend Miley Cyrus. They're still fighting, yes, over her. Reportedly, Arnold loves Miley's wild ways. He even spent New Year's with her. Which is
Miley Cyrus on her.
mad because he's encouraging the relationship. Oh, you know, part of me says that Maria needs to like no. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's
television running.
in college and
Karen, I'm trying to bring you across. We're struggling with it. I don't know why you're not coming. Can you hear me, Karen?
Kathy just joined.
Kathy, we got you across. We're working on it. All right, Karen, why aren't you coming through? Don't know the answer to that. Well, I keep trying to bring people over. Bob, you want to post the link that you used?
Yeah, where should I post it?
I know, in the Motivation Manifesto discussion group, or I don't know, wherever you want to post it.
Yeah.
What works for you? Let me look at chat. Karen, I don't know why I can't bring you across. I hope you can hear me. We can post a link and bring you in straight through the Google Hangout. We're struggling. I'll keep trying you. I wonder if, Karen, are you in front of your computer? Are you seeing the request to come across? Hi, Rick. Can you hear me, Rick? Yes. Okay, Rick can hear us. Karen, can you hear me? Karen Anderson. Can you hear me? Hello, Karen. Maybe Karen's not coming across because she turned on her computer and went away. Doing something else. I don't know. It isn't clicking on her link because she's not replying to the chat either. Not replying to my voice. Karen, are you there?
I put the direct link inside of the room.
You mean inside of the room, Bob?
Inside of the group.
On Facebook?
Yeah, on personal motivation, yeah.
We could put it up here too, can't we?
And well, I mean, if I put it here, I mean they're already in. If I put it here.
Well, no, it means they can see the chat, but like Karen, she can see the chat hopefully, but I can't bring her across.
Oh, okay, she can see the chat.
Well, I'm assuming that. I don't know that. Debbie says she's back. All right, Debbie, let me try to bring Debbie across. At least this time I don't see the. And here comes Jackson Kelly. We're slowly getting. Well, no, Debbie didn't come. Try again.
Karen's back, you guys.
Who's on back?
Karen's back over in the thing if you want to send her another thing.
Karen, there you go. Here you go.
There's Jackson.
All right, Jackson.
Go back to Jackson.
Hello, Jackson. Karen, I sent you another thing. Did you get it?
Oh, no, Debbie didn't come.
Where is Debbie?
I can see and hear you, Lynn.
Karen's back, you guys.
Yeah, I'm sending you. I'm trying to send you an invite, Karen.
Karen's back over in the thing if you want to send her another thing.
I'm sending it. I keep sending it. And Debbie disappeared. Debbie. Let me try Debbie again. Let's see. Is Debbie coming now? Somebody's coming. Maybe. What a pain. What a pain. Jackson asks, is it working? I see his... So I'm not getting Debbie. I don't know. I've got a picture of Jackson, but he's asking me, is it working? Karen is apparently not getting the invite.
I'm good, Lynn.
Is that Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Jackson. I hear you and see everybody perfectly.
Okay. Maybe. All righty. And I've got pain. What? Pain. Okay. Jackson asks, is it working? I see his... So I'm not getting Debbie. I don't know. I've got a picture of Jackson, but he's asking me, is it working?
No, he's in. No, Jackson's in there. Jackson's good.
Yeah. Okay, this is Jackson. I hear you and see everybody perfectly.
Okay.
And we heard your puppy dog.
Well, I'm still trying to bring Debbie over. I'm still trying to bring Karen over. Jackson's symbol says he's not here, but apparently he is.
He is.
This is really screwy. For the people that Debbie and Karen, if you can hear me, Bob, why don't you tell them, where did you put the link? You can come in through Google Hangouts.
I put it inside of our personal motivation manifesto group, the mastermind group.
On Facebook.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Debbie and Karen, can you both hear what Bob said? Karen says, no worries, don't wait for me. And Debbie, I'm waiting to hear from Debbie. Anyhow, Bob, you talked to some people and the suggestion was we were going to start over. So
yeah, because we've been posting inside of the mastermind group, and a lot of people are just joining now. They're just getting their books, and it is the new year, and so we kind of decided it would be okay if we should just start fresh, let everybody catch up, and just start this whole thing all over again.
There's Karen. Okay.
Hey, Karen. So what's the thought? What's the thoughts in everybody here? Let's ask people where they are in the book and get everybody's thoughts. Chris, how about yourself? Where are you at in the book right now? Kathy, I know you just ordered a course today, so you're not.
Hey, you guys, I'm on chapter 3.
Okay. Rick? Can Rick respond?
Rick is muted. Can I unmute Rick?
Hey, guys, if you're not familiar with this, up in the left-hand corner, you can type into the chat. You can type into the little chat thing, so you can type in there. I just discovered that last week, so. Kathy, you just ordered a course today, so you know.
Hey guys, I'm on chapter 3.
Okay. Rick? Can Rick respond?
What did you say?
Rick?
Did you ask something?
If that's Rick, or just up in the left-hand corner, you can type into the chat.
Back on mute.
You can type in the little chat thing, so you can type in there. I just discovered that last week, so. Kathy, you just ordered a course today, so you know.
I don't know about everybody else. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm hearing like a continual loop of like what we've already heard before. As far as the just FYI, as far as the book, it would be selfish of me because I'm just starting, but that would be cool. But
Rick?
Did you ask something?
If that's Rick, or just up in the left-hand corner, you can type into the chat.
Back on mute.
You can type in.
Bob, you went away.
I went away.
Nope, there you are. Okay.
We were getting a lot of we're getting a lot of feedback, a lot of echo. So
Right.
I don't know if it's still going to happen or not. I don't know why that would happen.
Okay. I don't hear it now. I was hearing it before.
Okay, good. So Jackson just said he just got the book as well. He would like to start fresh as well. So who here would not want to start? I mean, was there any reason why we wouldn't want to start fresh?
It sounds like start fresh, Bob. Let's take it away.
Yes, and I'll tell you one thing what happened to me recently. Now, when I first got this book, it was actually back in October 20th. I got this book, and the first thing when you watch the videos before you even get into the book, it talks about to define, what you're sick of, what are you sick of in your life right now? What are you no longer going to accept? And I went and I got this big folder. I wrote down a whole bunch of things that I'm not going to accept anymore in my life. And then after I got finished with that, it took me about a day. And then the next I started putting in here the things that I'm going to do in my life, my intentions. And one of the things that I put in there, Lynn, and we discussed this before when you were down here in San Diego. Every morning I was doing little videos on Fiesta Island, doing these little motivational videos and things like that, which I discussed in the video that I put out there this morning. And then taking one of my classes, I was told by a mentor of mine that I shouldn't be doing those kind of videos like that because he said nobody's gonna listen to them, nobody's gonna pay attention to those things, and it's probably true. Nobody probably will, but the person that is going to listen to it is me, and that's what my intention was to do anyways. So I mean, I can understand what you're trying to say. So I was going against what my thoughts were, my intentions were. So I thought it would be good for us to all start fresh. And if you haven't listened to those videos, listen to the first couple of videos where it talks about defining your intention. What are you no longer going to accept in your life? What do you want to change? Is there anything in your life that you want to change? And then after you get rid of, you write that stuff down that you want to get rid of, but then go ahead and then start writing down the things you're going to do. And this is a perfect time because now we're entering into the new year here, 2015. So it's a perfect time to start fresh.
Okay. So the book basically opens in the beginning with the statement that the main drive of mankind is personal freedom, emotional, spiritual, time, financial, physical, and asks the question, what will make you feel more free and alive? So this is supposed to be a mastermind group, so who wants to jump in and talk about that? The main drive of mankind is personal freedom.
Yeah, what does personal freedom mean? Maybe we should ask, because we did this on the very first one that we did about a month ago. We asked everybody, what does personal freedom mean to you? What does it mean? And so what does it mean to? How about you? Let's go down the panel. Let's ask Chris. What does it mean to you, Chris, to have personal freedom in your life?
Personal freedom would be the ability to do what I would like to do and to leave a legacy for my granddaughter that she would, enough of a legacy that she would be able to make choices in her life and not be forced into something that she didn't want to do.
So that would probably mean, if I interpret it, more financial freedom. Am I correct?
Yes, I would say financial freedom, but helping people too, besides just financial freedom.
Right, but if you want to leave a legacy for your granddaughter so that she can choose, that usually includes having the financial means to be able to do something like that, right?
That's very true.
Yeah. Yeah, money's not everything, but it sure comes in handy when you want to buy stuff. Or pay the bills, things like that. How about you, Jackson? Can you chime in? You have to unmute yourself.
Looks like Jackson's muted. Charge me. There we go.
Okay, there we go. I think that, can you hear me all right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I think I found my problem. I was hearing a continual loop and echo. It was terrible, but it's gone now, so
Good.
that's awesome. You know, like what Chris said, it means a lot. I mean, obviously there's going to be continuity. We're all kind of in a similar type situation. You know, we're all kind of pursuing a similar career path. There really isn't a career path, but to do what I want to be able to do, that's true freedom. Because you know, you can be rich, and we've all heard this. But if you don't have your health and if you don't have time, why then what is your money good for? And so for me, you know, I for years I have kind of an unconventional philosophy, and I think that there's a lot of people out there that have the same kind of philosophy in a spiritual sense, and I'm not going to get into that, but that's what I would like to do, is to be able to help people. The world has suffered quite a bit, and it's changed a lot. I talk to folks that are senior to me, and they don't remember seeing the world in the way that we've seen it and the changes that we've seen happen in the world. And so with that, instead of, you know, thinking, oh man, you know, maybe my plans or dreams won't come true because so many things are skewed or so many things are different from the way that I thought they would be in 2015, and turn it around to where that, you know what, if the world is going to force change on me, no problem. I'm ready for it. That's just God's way of telling me it's time. And so I'm ready for the change, and that's what I want to be able to do, is I want to be able to change and give back to this world. Instead of being a taker, be a receiver, and instead of you know, be a giver, and be able to help people that are lost, that are hurting, that are disenchanted, disenfranchised, feel unloved, feel unliked, feel like they never fit in. If I can do that full time and touch people, then I've just found the greatest thing that I could ever possibly do. And that's why I love being in places like this with people like you guys.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Jackson. And Brendan, he talks about love later on in towards the end of the book in chapter 7. And I just finished that just the other day. But his whole thing is about love, about doing the things that we do love, and how I mean, jumping ahead here, but it doesn't really matter. But he talks about that, how we never lose love. Sometimes we might feel like we're disconnected. Maybe we have a relationship that breaks up or something like that, or maybe things just aren't going really well for us. But love never leaves. Love is always there. It's like a river, like a big river that's always flowing. We might turn our back to it. We might not be able to look at it, but it's always there. And so we can always, like you said, Jackson, we can always give. we can always give that. Even if we don't have any resource or money to give to somebody, we can always love people. We can just give them our heart, give them our support. And that's what I love about the community that we're involved in. I mean, I don't know if not everybody here is involved in the My Lead System Pro community, but all the people that we keep meeting and stuff like Debbie Garcia. I just met her the other day. She just joined. I mean, you knew her, Len, but here's a person who just joined, and I was having some difficult time with my Google Chrome. I couldn't come into Google. I couldn't get it open. I couldn't even go into My Lead System Pro, so it wasn't working with my emails. I couldn't do any of these things at all, and just everything was screwed up. And she came in yesterday, online. I mean, not online, just talked me on the phone. It took about an hour and just walked me right through it, and I get everything all squared away. So that's what I love about this community of support, of people just helping each other out. And to me, it's just fantastic to be involved with so many cool people that are here to help us. Like
you know,
Jack.
Bob, real quick, I thought of something when you were talking, you know, how you were saying, you know, you always have something to give, you know, and if you think about it, and if you look at studies and psychological kind of studies, they've done quite a few, and you look at kids that have everything. I mean, everything and anything that they've ever reached their hand or pointed at or saw on TV, they get. They're very, you know, affluent kids, and so many of them have a super high addiction rate, and so many of them have a super high suicide rate, and it comes down to the fact that they gave them everything, but they didn't give them love. That quality love, that real stuff, is when people get together and they truly care about other people.
Exactly.
Something magical that happens there. So yeah, that's so cool. So cool.
Yeah.
That is so right, Jackson. Very good point.
It is. It is. Now, one thing that I just Christmas time, I gave my children and some people that were close to me. I gave them little gratitude jars for Christmas. Just little good jars. I got a lot of index cards and little sticky notes, different colored sticky notes, and I put them all inside the jar. And I made a couple of notes in there. I even put a few pens inside there. And that was my Christmas gift to them this year. And I said, start it, especially for my one daughter has a couple of kids. I said, just put things in there every single day. Just put in positive things. Just do that every single day. And I know that this came from because I started this book back in October in preparation for 2015. So doing it, and then I actually received a gift of popcorn in this real big giant tin, this big thing here. A friend of mine brought over a big thing of popcorn. So I took the popcorn out, and this is my gratitude jar here. So I've got all these index cards in here right now for my own gratitude jar. And so that's why I started this thing. If anybody sees me on Facebook, I'm doing 365 days of gratitude, where I'm sharing something every day on Facebook of what I'm grateful for. So, and when you do that, when you wake up thinking gratitude, it's not like, well, because most of us are gracious, most of us have gratitude, but when you wake up and say, wow, you snap into it, it becomes a habit. When it's a habit, it's like, I'm going to go up and I'm going to brush my teeth. And when you say, I'm going to start the day with gratitude, it becomes you. Well, I think that's just for me, is probably one of the nicest, best things for me to do, is just to acknowledge proclaim that that's how I'm gonna live, even though I thought that I've been living it like that, and for the most part I tried to, but there's times you wake up and you're thinking about something else. You're thinking about the bills. You're thinking about different things, whatever. So, but if you wake up and you are already in gratitude, you start thinking, what am I grateful for, and you write them down. And then you put them in your, and for my case, I'm putting them inside of my big old tin here, so I'll have those things. So it's documented. And I attribute that stuff to Brendan Bouchard's book. I attribute that to going back to, what are you not going to do anymore? What are you sick of doing? How are you sick of living? And then after you write all that stuff down, what are you going to do now? Like, what actions are you going to take? And then he just walks right through this book, and I just finished it this morning. I finished the book, and now I just started fresh again. So I'm ready to start fresh right here. So we can take this wherever you want to go with it. But this is not just a book to read. This is a study guide. This is his life's work, and he's been studying personal growth for 19 years now. I know a lot of us probably have been doing it as well, but that's his life's work. And this is his life's work inside of this book, so it's a study practice.
So Bob, why don't we keep going down the line here, and let's see. The next in line is Karen. She's muted too. Karen,
Is she there?
and then Kathy. Yeah, we'd like to hear from everybody.
Is that Karen?
That's Karen.
Okay.
You're
Do you want
unmuted
me
now.
First of all, Bob, daggone it, where's the popcorn? I thought you were going to bring it to our little movie going on here.
It's still in the bag.
What fun are you?
You can have a gratitude card.
It's still in the bag.
I'm just picking on you.
Did you eat all that popcorn yourself, Bob?
It's still in the bag, Lynn.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm just picking on you. But anyway, to go back to personal freedom, I have kind of a helper personality, and I think I've always known that. So I've been heavily involved for many years in nonprofit work, and I still am. But a lot of what, what's your name, Jack? What Jack was saying really resonated with me. Giving back to, I can't say the world because I can't help the world, but giving back to causes and people and groups and such that I believe in and that I have a passion for, that's important for me. That's a personal freedom. That's it.
Cool.
That's beautiful.
Love it.
Now Kathy
Jack,
can
just want
her
to,
turn.
you want to give. You want to be a giver.
Yes.
We've got another lady on. I think it's a lady named Lass, L-E-S-S-E. I just tried to bring her across. I don't know if she's coming or not.
He's a fellow.
He's a fellow. Okay. Oops. Sorry, Lass. Trying to bring you across so you can participate in the discussion. I don't know if it's working or not. If it's not, Bob has posted a link in the Motivation Manifesto group in Facebook that will bring you in through Google Hangouts. Debbie hasn't been able to get in at all for whatever reason. Don't know what's going on with Debbie. She says she can hear us.
Okay.
Okay, get her in. I don't know. I mean, just so everybody knows, I'm sure you've seen this. We've struggled with webinars on air and Google Hangouts and these little issues, and nobody seems to know what the issue is. When I send messages to support at WOA, they say, well, clear cache, well, it's a Google Hangout, well, you know, they sort of, people going this way. And we're still trying to resolve it, and we don't know of another platform where we can actually try to accumulate a group that can talk to each other. So,
what do you think? What do you guys? How about Kathy? Kathy, do you have anything that you would like to add to
yeah,
this?
let's get to Kathy. Kathy, you're muted. Up in your the top of your screen, there's a microphone that you can click on to unmute yourself. And I don't know, can I unmute Kathy?
Probably.
Yeah, you should be able to, Len.
Right, I know I should be, but I'm trying to, but it doesn't seem to be happening. So, and when I click on her microphone, Kathy, are you still there? When I click on her microphone, it's not unmuting. So when I go to her, I've got her picture up in front of me. There's a microphone. There's a mute bar through it. And when I click on it, nothing happens.
You see the little drop? There should be a little, maybe like a balloon window that comes up that says profile ignore muted.
Right.
Are you able to click on the muted part there in that apparatus?
It's grayed out. It's grayed out. Yeah. It's grayed out. So.
Are you the? You're the.
Yes.
Administrator.
Len's the head ramrod here.
Yeah.
In principle, it's just dealing with these webinar on air issues. Now, the other possibility is that there was a message from Kathy that she had to go. She's got a son who's very ill. And she may have left and be helping her son. So
Gretchen just walked out of the room.
Yeah, but I still should be able to unmute her microphone, right, Jackson?
You know, I've never had to do that because I just haven't messed with it. But I'm going to go in today and kind of mess around with it. I've got to before tomorrow because I'm having some of the same difficulties that you are before Friday Night Live. So I've got to get in there and fix it. But I think, yeah, I mean, they do it all the time when we're in large groups, so we know that they have the ability to do it.
Yeah. Well, there's something is. We had this happen a couple. Well, let's not waste any time with rate problems right now. We'll keep working on trying to smooth out this interface. So, Bob, it's back to you.
Is there anything that anybody would like to see inside of the group? Like maybe group discussions. Like maybe I can begin a group discussion or something, starting with the first one. I could start that today. I could start, like going from fresh, because not everybody's going to be here because a lot of people are working or whatever. They can't come at this time of the day. So maybe I'll start a little discussion inside the group, and hopefully people can just get the conversation going more inside of the group and just see what how we can use this to help us achieve our goals. And like I said, for me, it's been great because I went back and seen what I had written before, and it changed. It changed what I was doing. So it's for me, it's a study guide. I think if we use it as a study guide, not just a book we go through. So that was a great book. There's a lot of great books out there, but this is a study guide. Does anybody else feel that way about this book? And Len, how far have you gone through the book?
Well, I'm about halfway through, and I've been going very, very, very slow with the book. Like you, Bob, I've got a lot of underlines,
right?
And I keep going back and rereading sections of it. The book. There's so much depth to the book.
There is. And now at first, like I told you. When I was reading the book, I didn't highlight anything because everything that I looked at looks like I should have highlighted it, because the whole book is like that. But then now going back, and because I was watching the witty videos before I received the book, like most people get. They don't get the book until later on. So now going back, starting fresh, I'm going to start from video number 1, open up page number 1, and then where he talk about highlighting and follow along with him. I think that's real helpful. The ones where I followed him, reading discussing the chapter and reading the words, that gave more depth and meaning to it than just me reading it myself. Does anybody else do it that way? Because I mean, I didn't at first because I was just waiting for him, and then I was just reading as it went along. Does anybody else do it like that? Is anybody else following along with his videos and the chapters? Maybe you can't hear me, huh? Am I muted?
I don't know. Can people hear? Can you hear Bob? Chris?
Hey, we hear you fine. We hear you fine. I'm just, like I said, I'm just beginning. Christy and I sat and we watched the intro video together, and we got the book. I have had the book. We just, like you guys, well, not like you guys. I haven't started it because I really wanted to be in a place where I could just enjoy it. It was, when I first found it, before I even heard about what you guys had put together with this. When I first heard Ray talk about it, I thought, you know what, that's the thing I'm going to get that. I just kind of, do my little thing, and I like that about books. I get pretty intimate with books, and I love to read, but, it's a time thing, and so we're just beginning. So, I'm excited, though. I mean, the fact that, there is this group, and you guys have, Lynn's read through half of it, and Bob, you've devoured the whole thing, and you're ready to go again, says to me that this is going to be a real fun, exciting thing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to start fresh right now. I'm excited about starting fresh. I'm going to watch videos. I'm going to read a chapter, and then watch the video, and then as go ahead and highlight the book as he explains it. To me, I think that's how I got more out of it later on by doing it that way.
That's cool.
He's the author, so he can kind of pick out the places that are highlighted. And if when you go back the second time, which I've read a couple of these chapters a number of times, and it's like now I'm picking up new things I didn't pick up before, and so now I'm highlighting more things. It's just
right on.
Very deep book. Makes you think.
So I'm going to toss something out there. The core question from early in the book for all of us to look at is, am I living at the highest level of joy and consciousness available to me? Am I living at the highest level of joy and consciousness available to me? That's the question, that's the challenge that he poses for us, to lift ourselves up. Any thoughts on that?
No, I'm not.
It's a lifelong journey.
No, I'm not.
Well, actually, Abraham Hicks, have you guys heard of Abraham Hicks?
Oh, sure.
He talks about getting on a higher plane, and he likens it sort of to a spinning disc, and you're going to get on that spinning disc and rise yourself up and fly that spinning disc to higher aspirations.
Thinking good thoughts. That's. I mean, I'm a big fan of Abraham Hicks. It's all about thinking good thoughts. And if you're starting off with gratitude, I don't see any other better way than to start off with gratitude. Because life's going to throw stuff at us all the time. And like you said, Len, yeah, am I living there? And again, going back to the very beginning, and he writes down what are you no longer going to accept in your life? Write that down, and if you write those things down, then you can refer to them. Because for me, I forget things. You know, I'm not. We read books and say we probably all read wonderful books, but we can't just pull up and say, oh yeah, I know that because I heard this 7 years ago. Write things down and you start make this a study practice. I think that's where the power in this book and this course comes in. Study it.
Absolutely. You know, for me, Lynn, to answer your question, that's a really, I like that, and because it's a discipline, isn't it? I mean, it really is. It's first of all, you have to have that conscious connection. It's kind of like in like alcoholics and drug addicts when they get into a 12-step program. It's the realization that that you have a problem, and I think that's the thing that I've discovered most in the last year in being in this area is really how you catch yourself thinking, and then when you have that conscious equation that something is wrong, and it is wrong because if we were raised in a small hut in Africa and everybody, before they came to the table for generations, spit right on the table, we would all look at that horrified. But if that was their deal, they didn't know anything better than to do that. So it's kind of a grotesque way to explain this, but anyways. It is you have to change your mind. It is a discipline. And no, I'm not living that way. I'm attempting to live that way, and I'm going to attempt minute by minute, day by day, a day at a time, because it really is that much of a sickness. I mean, if the outcome of this kind of discipline and exercise is living a life that's abundantly free, which we all know what that means to ourselves, then the opposite of that is bondage. And so what we're really doing out here, why we're going out and we're marketing, we're making these relationships, we're actually rescuing people who used to be maybe where we were or where other people are. And there are people out there who will take that rope, who will take that lifeline. That's the beauty about it. And so our discipline is to be, I always say, the light and the salt, to borrow from a much higher power. But I mean, seriously, to do that, To love genuinely one entire day, let's be honest with ourselves. Not a negative thought. You're going down the road. We're all pretty inside when we're driving, aren't we? You know, even if we have disciplined ourselves to where we've got classical music and we're rolling down and the traffic's going crazy around us and it's out of control and we're disciplined inside of ourselves, still those thoughts come. And so that's why things like this and this thing is, I want to immerse myself in 2015 and people like you folks, is because that discipline, unexercised, you won't get anywhere. You have to completely change. And so day by day, moment by moment, I'm becoming the person that I want to be, and this is part of that process. But no, I'm not, but I'm sure trying real hard.
Yeah, and I think it's so important. So important to have a group like this where we can talk about things like this, where we don't talk about things like this. Even though the My Lead STEM Pro community is a great supportive community, I love it. But we're always talking marketing, so it's nice to be able to talk personal development and just on a scale of, hey, what are we going to do to make ourselves feel better? And Chris bringing up Abraham Hicks, they talk about just always. If something bad's happening, focus on generals. Focus on something that's general. Just don't talk words of badness. Don't talk words of because you're gonna create momentum. Either way, you're gonna create either positive momentum or negative momentum. So which one you think is going to help you? And all those guys say the same stuff basically. Brendan Burchard, Wayne Dyer, Tony Robbins, Abraham Hicks. It's just that Brendan's getting really deep here. He really explains it, and I just love the time that he took to spell it all out and going through the whole course that he does it the way he does it. It's like you said, Jack, immersing yourself into it. I think that's what we really need to do, and then discuss like what we're doing here. It'll help us.
Well, I think it's also a lifelong journey. I think it's
absolutely.
There's no end point.
Right.
We start today to be better tomorrow than we are today. And we do that every day for the rest of our life.
Exactly. Yep, absolutely. That's why it's a study. We've got to practice this. It's not like, oh, hey, I got it. Did you ever have anybody ever tell you that? So I did it. I did that motivational stuff. I live it. I mean, I don't need to read anymore. I don't need to study anymore. I've got that. It's like I went to the gym one time 4 years ago. I'm good.
Yeah, Len, I agree. Lifelong.
Right, it is. It's an everyday thing.
So, just so the group knows, there's a message. I think you can see the chat. A message from Kathy lives in Florida. She has a son with cystic fibrosis. And so it's, I mean, I don't know a lot about cystic fibrosis, but it's pretty serious.
Yeah, it's real serious.
It's on the way to the hospital right now. So maybe we can send her some love on her Facebook wall. Hope everything's okay for her.
Yeah, maybe people can friend her in a group and, kind of like offer support on her wall or something like that.
Kathy Anderson?
Kathy Whitehead.
Whitehead.
Oh, okay.
You just joined a group today.
Well, let me see if I can tell you what her Facebook page is. I'm not sure I can.
Yeah, she just joined today.
Yeah. She's been communicating with me for a couple of weeks.
Did I even put her into the group? Maybe I didn't put her in yet.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, Bob.
I don't think I put her in.
Okay.
That's why. It was just today. Because she ordered a book today. Kathy, okay, yeah, she wasn't. I didn't. My bad. I didn't put her in.
Okay. I'm trying to. She's got two last. She's one of the people that has two last names too. Her Facebook page is. And let me just put this. Oh, okay. Copy. Maybe I can put a Facebook page here.
Kathy Loopy.
Yeah, Kathy. But here's the actual address of the Facebook page.
But I just put her inside of the group, inside the
Okay.
Personal Motivation Manifesto group. So
Okay.
yeah, just give her a shout out.
Yeah, we can friend her from in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got her in the group now, Bob.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. Alrighty then.
Anybody else have anything that they would like to add? What would you like to see us do?
Are we done for today, I guess?
Well, we don't have to be done for today, but I'm
Well, I
just
know, but
if anybody else has anything that they would like to discuss. I like your. What was your question again, Len? You should write that question inside of the group. The first one you had. Are we living up to our expectations, or
am I living at the highest level of joy and consciousness available to me?
That's awesome.
Could you type it into the group?
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, I think if we start putting in questions like that, then maybe we can start getting more what do you call it, participation within the group itself. It's nice to get our minds off of marketing and just talk about our deep selves. To me, that's kind of refreshing because I never really had an outlet to really talk to people about that. It's always been work, not about like connecting. You know, so for me, it's refreshing that we're doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but it all does kind of go together. I mean, whether it's whatever you do. I mean, if I'd hate to be, just a person without joy. That's the thing. You know, I'm talking to Christy. We were sitting down having a conversation about really early on the ethics of this kind of the community that a lot of us are in. I think everybody here, right? So yeah, and now I can answer that question so much better. And and this group, this kind of thing, all these kind of things that we attend together on a regular basis it's an accountability group, even though it's not. That's not what it says, but it keeps me accountable to myself. And I just when someone gets involved with this at any level, if they will get exposed to this, and it can start healing their minds, so that they might be the most joyful janitor that you ever met in your life. Maybe there's some work that he has to do there. Maybe he'll see some kid in the school and have a conversation where the kid would otherwise, blow away everybody in the school. We can't judge where the message is going to go just to deliver the message. And so, the conclusion was that, how could you? I mean, for me, for her, what could be anything better than that? So yeah, this is outstanding, Bob. It's a great thing, but it does add continuity, not continuity, but it does kind of run congruent with what we do, because we're in the business of relationships. And,
Right.
Yeah, I'll shut up now.
No, I love it. It's great.
I got Lasso. Let's let him say a word or two here. And let's see if Debbie wants to come try again.
Looks like we got someone else.
Lass, hello.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
I didn't realize I was through yet. It takes a lot of time to get all that Hangout stuff approved and whatever.
It's a learning curve.
Welcome.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet. I don't have a webcam on the PC here, but anyway.
So, Les, you live in Canada, right?
Oh, I live in Denmark.
Oh, you live in
Let me
Denmark?
just. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope I'm not echoing too much. I don't know why I don't get the sound in my headset, only in speakers. But
no echo here.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
What time
Yeah, I live in Denmark.
What time is it?
It's 10 p.m. here.
Okay.
It's not too bad. Yeah, anyway, no, it's actually fine. Like 9 o'clock or whatever is great. The time we started was fine.
Yeah.
Denmark, beautiful, beautiful country.
Thank you. So I haven't really. I've just moved over New Year's, so I'm sort of all over the place here.
Yeah. Now,
I
last
haven't done much reading yet.
have you started listening to the videos at all?
I listened a bit to the videos earlier in December, but I haven't gotten back to it in January after I moved here. So I definitely need to get going on the video and the first chapter now.
Yeah.
I mean, I am in the first chapter, but I'm also like somebody else said. I mean, it's like you could underline every bloody sentence, whatever. It's like it's very dense.
Yeah, it really is. Very, very, very. That's a good word for it. Dense.
Yeah, you have to read it over and over again.
Yeah, it's, for me, I think it's practice. You gotta just keep doing it.
That's the same thing you said, Bob. The same thing that Lass just said. Is that if you had a highlighter, you're going to have to highlight the whole book. He said the same exact thing.
Yeah. And I didn't at first. I didn't because I didn't want. I just knew everything was going to be highlighted. But then later on, when I caught up on the videos, I started reading the chapter and then watching the videos. And the things that he's talking about. Then I started highlighting. I started highlighting probably about halfway through the book. But now as I go back again, starting now, I'm going to listen to the chapter, listen to him on video. Then I'm going to start just digging into it more and more. So I'll do more highlighting.
Yeah.
Smart guy. He's a very, very brilliant man for his young age. And as he mentions later on in the book, he studied with the Dalai Lama. He met the Dalai Lama. I mean, some pretty big heavy hitters and stuff like that. We may have read about the Dalai Lama. We didn't talk to the Dalai Lama. You know, and so he's made his life work. His life's work doing this sort of thing.
I once rode a llama.
I saw a picture of him. I don't think they have many llamas over there in Denmark. Do they, Les?
We do have Buddhists here.
We have Buddhists?
But of course.
What is your weather like up there right now?
That's obvious.
Are you up in a mountain, Les?
I don't know if you heard me. I'm fiddling with the sound here. I don't know if I'm getting through now.
I can hear you.
Maybe I'm not.
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
Well,
So
I just want to make sure everybody knows that if you drop off and go somewhere, almost feeling it's going to be over. So we're 8 minutes past 1 o'clock.
We can hear you, Liv.
Okay?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that sometimes people get on these things and feel like, you know, if I hang up any of these two and I didn't want to be here, and it's like, you said we'd be done it right or not. Okay. So I can see my picture showing up in Lass's little box here, which is interesting.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Maybe I need to draw a mustache on you or something.
Two limbs. Which one? It's like the Star Trek episode where Captain Kirk split.
Who's the real one?
Right.
Hey guys, let me a question here. So as far as time-wise, how long would you like to see these webinars go for? 45 minutes? Does that sound good? An hour? Or what's your ideas on that?
yeah, something around that.
Yeah, I think
45 minutes to an hour is good.
Yeah, I think so too. If we start at a quarter after, maybe end it at half. You know, we're a little bit over at this point, but okay for today. But maybe in the future we should just keep to that 45 minutes. You know, and then do we have to do with it within the time frame? That sounds
Well,
good?
I think so. The other thing is, we're recording these, and if we get too long, nobody will watch the recording.
Right. Good point.
So I think that's why I was suggesting a few minutes ago that maybe we reached diminishing returns for today, and we cut it off. But you want to keep going, we'll keep going.
I can't quite hear what you're saying. So much echo.
That's because we have two lenses.
I'll be quiet.
You might check your tabs last, because sometimes when you come on, it'll open a tab on Google Hangouts, and you'll also be over on Webinars on Air. So that might be the echo, because that happened to me. So just check if there's a tab that you didn't open. You might be having two broadcasts happening to you simultaneously.
No, I checked. It's okay. It was only Len who was echoing. You're not. So it's not all of you. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but is it the good Len or the bad Len? Which one? We have two.
Eric signed off. He said he couldn't understand anymore. It was too much echo, too much noise.
Now there's only one Len.
Yeah, there is now.
It's on Les's screen. Whoever is talking shows up on his screen.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, so you want to wrap it up then for today?
I think
Yeah,
so.
that was great.
Let's follow up. We'll see everybody next Thursday.
And Len, if you can pose that question inside the group, that would be good. Then we can get a discussion.
It's already there, Bob.
And anybody else who wants us to post something in there, if you want to get a discussion going, feel free to do it. Okay.
Cool.
Wonderful.
It'll be good to have a.
All right,
It'll be good to
everybody.
put that question there and have a thread where we can just exchange. Meanwhile,
Wonderful.
between the calls.
Yep. Sounds good, guys. Have a great day. It was great seeing everybody today.
Okay, we'll talk to you.
Thanks, Lynn.
There we go.
Talk to you later.